So you want to increase your cash flow and attract more wealth into your life and into your business. Now, when you look at your birth chart, it does tell you about you, who you are at your core. Now, on top of that, there's also specific information in your chart to show you exactly how to increase more cash flow into your life and into your business. I'm going to show you those exact steps. I help entrepreneurs understand the astrological weather so that they can increase cash flow in their business without burnout. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a copy of your birth chart. If you don't have a copy, you can go to astro.com and get a free copy of your birth chart. Here's the chart right here. And it'll also show you on the left, there's a little graph to point out, all the planets, sun, moon, etc. And it'll show you all the different symbols for the planets. Now, on top of that, if you want to look at it in a graph layout, you can pull up the graph and it'll show you all of that information in a graph format. Now, to show you how to attract more money into your business and into your life, we're going to look at your planets, your signs, and your houses. If you need like some definitions for that information on how to interpret, you can go to my website, tigereyeoracle.com, download a free astrology cheat sheet. I'll also put that in the description box, and it'll give you all the information that you need so that you can interpret what we're going to be discussing today, and so that you can see exactly how to attract more money into your business. All right, so step 2, we're going to pull up your birth chart. We can use my birth chart as an example. Pull yours up as well so you can work right alongside with me. And if you need the definitions for the planets, signs, and houses, just pull up that free astrology cheat sheet that I showed you and follow along. So first we're going to look at your second house right here. The second house is going to represent your personal wealth and earning style, your approach to money, your approach to values. It's how you earn, and it also shows you your talents. So you want to look at your second house ruler. That would be the zodiac sign that sits on the cusp of your second house. You also want to look at any planets that you have in your second house. This information is going to explain to you exactly how you attract wealth. In my chart, for example, I have Libra at the second house cusp, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So I naturally attract money by negotiating, making deals, bringing people together. And for some people, Libra can also be about beauty and art. Now, the planets I have in my second house are Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. So what this says to me that I am aggressive about earning money. It doesn't always come easy, but I'm not a quitter. I'm always going to, keep trying. And, at times in my life, what I value can change, and I know how to pivot. Now, we can take this a step further because Libra rules the second house and Libra is ruled by Venus. Now we can look in our chart to see, okay, where is Venus? Venus is right here. It's in my 5th house. It's in the sign of Aquarius. So that would mean that my wealth and how I attract money, it's also linked to me being creative and doing things my own way and not being a follower. I attract money by negotiating, making fair deals, and I'm also a problem solver. And I know that because I'm looking at the energy of the planet Venus. It's in the sign of Aquarius. So you're going to want to look to your chart for this same information. What sign is at your second house cusp? What planets are in your second house? And then for the sign at your second house cusp, what planet rules that sign and where is that planet located in your chart? And if, like I said, if you need the definitions, you can follow along with the astrology cheat sheet. It'll tell you everything that you need to know about how to attract more money, how to interpret this information. All right, so if you want to pause right here, you can pause right here, write all of that down for your second house. And then next we'll look at the 6th house. All right, so next you're going to want to look at your 6th house. My 6th house is right here. Your 6th house tells you all about your job, your daily routine, and what type of environment would be ideal for you on a day-to-day basis. Now, I don't have any planets in my 6th house, but Aquarius is at the 6th house cusp, is right at that line. So what that means is it doesn't mean that that there's no information for me to figure out. If you don't have any planets in a particular house, there is still information for you to figure out. Okay, so my sixth house has Aquarius on the cusp. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is right here in my third house, and it's in the sign of Sagittarius. So what that tells me, it tells me about like what I need in my day to day at work or in my business in order to be happy, content, and in alignment with wealth. So in order for me to feel good, in order for me to like not be miserable, like I need to be able to express myself freely. And I need to be able to like do things that push me past my comfort zone and push me past whatever I think my limits might be. Uranus energy is about freedom, and the third house is all about, learning and communication. And Uranus being in Sagittarius, Sagittarius can be about, teaching and things of that nature. So, in order for me to be happy on a day to day basis, I need to be learning, teaching, writing, talking about subjects that, some people may find taboo. And I just need to be able to do that and express myself freely in order to feel happy, content, and in alignment with prosperity. All right, so I said we're going to keep this simple. We're just going to look at one more house. We're going to look at the 10th house. And the 10th house and midheaven tells you all about your career, your public success, and like, your purpose. The house and the planets here tell you all about like your natural calling and like what type of work is going to bring you the most recognition and the most wealth, and like especially like in public or the world stage. So looking at my chart, for example, my 10th house is ruled by Gemini, and I also have the moon right there. So my long-term success is going to come from communicating, being curious, being a lifelong learner. Gemini is a lot about communication. So for me, it's going to be about learning, communicating, and then like using what I learned to help other people achieve their highest potentials. So you're going to want to look to your midheaven and your 10th house to see what type of business or side hustle you should be pursuing. Okay, so now you understand your second house energy. You understand your talents and how it is that you attract wealth. You understand your sixth house energy and what it is that you need on a day-to-day basis to be happy, content, and in the right alignment with wealth. And then you also understand your 10th house and midheaven energy, your long-term success and wealth and recognition, like where that's going to come from. So you're going to want to align your business with those three houses. Create a business that puts your second house talents to use. You want to create a wealth building routine that's going to align with your sixth house energy so that the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis align with that sixth house. Whatever it is that you need to do every day to run your business needs to line up with your sixth house. And then your long-term goals and the impact that you want to have on the world need to match your 10th house. You want to align your career path or your business with the information that you get from your chart. That way you are an energetic match for more cash flow and more prosperity. Now, if your business is a mismatch to your chart, it's just always going to feel like a struggle and like, an uphill battle. Now, if you notice that you have a deficiency in your chart amongst the elements, like especially amongst your personal planets, like for example, if your chart lacks fire energy amongst your personal planets, then those would be the types of things that you want to delegate out because it just doesn't come naturally to you. Fire types of things would be like going live every day on social media or like hosting large webinars. Like if that's not for you, then delegate that out. Or if that's not an option, like just don't do it at all. Find a workaround. Find a way to reach your audience without forcing yourself to do those fiery types of things. Look to your personal planets and see what element is strong and reach your clients, reach your audience using that type of energy. Now what you can also do is you can track the Jupiter and Venus transits. Jupiter and Venus are like the lucky planets or the planets that bring more money. So throughout the year, you can track when those planets are going to be in your money houses and like use those time periods to like put out new products, put out new services, have sales. Make sure you have plenty of inventory during those months because during those months it's going to be like much easier and much more in flow to bring in more clients and bring in more money. Now, on top of that, you can also track Saturn and always know what house Saturn is in so you know where your challenges are going to be coming from. Also, be sure to watch the next video where I show you how to attract more money and wealth using the moon phases. You know, how to manifest is really, really easy. Also, chat with me in the comments and let me know, like, how do you use astrology to attract more wealth into your business? What are your second house talents and what are your sixth house needs? What is it that you need on a day-to-day basis? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.